just took a DNA test, turns out I'm 100% that bitch. Even when I'm crying crazy, yeah, I got boy problems, that's the human in me. Bling bling, then I solve them, that's the goddess in me. You coulda had a bad bitch, knock a middle. Help you with your career, just a little. You supposed to hold me down, but you holding me back. And that's the sound, I mean I'm calling you back. Why men great till they gotta be great? Don't text me, tell it straight to my face. Best friend set me down in the salon chair. Shampoo press, get you out of. I just took a DNA test, turns out I'm 100% that bitch. Even when I'm crying crazy, yeah, I got boy problems, that's the human in me. Bling bling, then I solve them, that's the goddess in me. You coulda had a bad bitch, knock a middle. Help you with your career, just a little. You supposed to hold me down, but you holding me back. And that's the sound, I mean I'm calling you back. Why men great till they gotta be great? Don't text me, tell it straight to my face. Best friend set me down in the salon chair. Shampoo press, get you out of. I just took a DNA test, turns out I'm 100% that bitch. Even when I'm crying crazy, yeah, I got boy problems, that's the human in me. Bling bling, then I solve them, that's the goddess in me. You coulda had a bad bitch, knock a middle. Help you with your career, just a little. You supposed to hold me down, but you holding me back. And that's the sound, I mean I'm calling you back. Why men great till they gotta be great? Don't text me, tell it straight to my face. Best friend set me down in the salon chair. Shampoo press, get you out.
Hey y'all, and welcome back. Y'all already know what time it is. It's Monday. It's House of the Dragon, episode 7, live. Y'all, can y'all believe that we only have one more episode? Like, I'm in my feelings about it, even though I have mixed emotions about episode 7. It ended very, very strong for me, but y'all know I am not here alone. Let's bring everybody up and then we're going to speak to y'all in the chat. Let's start with who was here first. Dom, how are you? You were severely missed last week. How are you doing today?
I am good. I am good. The technical difficulty, guys, was not smiling on me this week, but I'm back, and this is an episode that I could not wait to talk about.
Oh, you're excited about it. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I cannot wait to get your thoughts. Next, we have C, the Superior. Hey, C, how are you doing today?
Hello. You know, it's not looking too good for Team Green. I don't know. This episode ain't looking too good for us.
And
but
is
holding
it
out hope. Holding out hope.
just pack that hope up, lock it in a box, throw away the key. I don't think the hope is coming forth. Finally, we have Kay, the Targaryen Valerian.
That's right. Team Black, we up. We up.
Oh my
And
gosh.
see, I knew you was gonna have on green today. I said, you know what? I can't come without my black and my silver hair. Let's go.
Listen, I had to have the black on because it was that serious. You know what I mean? It was that serious. But we have some people. We have some people here in the building already today. Roderick Graham, welcome back. What's good? We're getting into it. We're not gonna delay at all. Hey Shmi, welcome. Hey sis, hey Joanne, my favorite live panel chat of the week. I know that's right. This is the best House of the Dragon panel, period, in my opinion. You know what I mean? I'm a little partial. Hey Kiwi, welcome. Hey Greta, welcome. Hey Miss Honey, Lurker here. Been waiting all day for this. Let's go. We are going to get into it. Hey King, hey beloveds. Happy to hear y'all's thoughts on this episode. We are going to get all the way into it. We have a lot to talk about, you guys. We have a lot to talk about it. And so we're gonna get right in it. Okay. But first, we're gonna be playing a game tonight. Okay. We're gonna be playing a game, a trivia game throughout the slides, right? Throughout our discussion, where I'm going to be asking you a question. And this is not for any specific prize. I want everyone in the chat to answer as well. But this is just for bragging rights. Okay. So I will be keeping score, but it's only 5 questions. So, you know, it's anyone's world, it's anyone's game. But
Okay,
because the game is starting right now, I'm going to ask a question. All right. I'm going to ask the first question. What was the profession of Adam and Alan's mother? What was the profession? They tell us this information this episode.
What do we do? Raise our hand. What you want us to do?
Yeah, if you know it, just say it.
A shipmaster?
Not maester. Not
A
maester.
shipwright.
A shipwright. Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. You were close, see, but Dom got that one. Okay. Let me write down my little. Okay. All right, moving right along. And like I said, we have 4 more questions throughout. Yep, Shmi, got it. Shipwright, absolutely. But overall thoughts, you guys, we do this every week. Dom, I'm going to start with you. What were your overall thoughts of this week's episode, the penultimate episode of the season?
Oh yeah, this was to me kind of in some ways similar to the early season episodes in the sense of like this was like a chess of position piece setting because like in the beginning of the season there was a lot of like, all right, we're gonna put my pieces up here and we're gonna get ready for the conflict, but we've had some readjusting, so now we're readjusting the chessboard a little bit, and I felt like that's what this episode was we done repositioned a lot of the pieces on the board and to get ready, I'm assuming, for the finale.
Absolutely. And I'm here for it. It was time because I felt like we were sitting stagnant for a couple episodes there. Yeah. See, overall thoughts, episode 7.
I still feel like we sitting a little stagnant now. I don't know. This episode, definitely first half, I was like, yo, what are we doing here? Regain some of the confidence that I had in it. But first half, it was dragging. I ain't gonna hold you. But yeah, it righted itself by the end.
Okay. Kay, last but not least, your overall thoughts?
Oh, I liked it. The opening scene there was beautifully shot. And so was the end. And I had to do my research because those angles of Vermithor, and from looking into that, that guy has also directed like some episodes of American Horror Story. So he's worked in horror before, so he knew how to make Vermithor look real creepy like. So I appreciated that.
I loved Vermithor.
The very first shot and the very last shot, I wanted.
Yes.
Those were so beautiful the way this episode was booking.
Yes, I was thinking about like video games. I couldn't think if it was like Mario or Sonic, where you've got, the character you're playing standing right here, and then the villain like just kind of like rises up. I was just like, oh, yes, this was some good camera work here.
This episode, this might be the first time ever for this, you guys. I actually agree with C. I was like 20 minutes into this episode and I was like, come on, guys. Yes. I was like, I know, like, we don't have just one more episode in this season and y'all are dragging like this. I was so annoyed the first 20 minutes or so of the episode, but then it came through and I agree with all of your sentiments. I echo them. It was beautiful. Vermithor was one of my favorite parts of this entire episode. Just the sheer size in comparison to his new rider, like I love that moment. I loved the mayhem. I loved the fire. I loved it all. But we're gonna get into all of that. Okay, let's see. Roderick says overall, sacrifices have consequences. And Shmi says, yes, the cinematography was everything, and the sounds. Okay, all right. Well, let's get right into it. So we know that at the end of the last episode, child, Sea Smoke done chose Adam, right? And so Rhaenyra gets the message that Sea Smoke has a rider, okay? And we don't know who this man is. You need to go figure it out. So she gets on her dragon and she is spirited away to go and find out who is on this dragon. And we meet Adam officially. And again, I'm yours, Rhaenyra. Whatever you want. There was no fight. There was no whatever. And I had attitude with Rhaenyra about how she approached this young Black man. Now, it's not about color. I'm not saying that. But girl, you don't check anybody else in this whole entire series. How dare you? approach this young man talking about who are you, who your people are, how you get this dragon. Don't worry about it. How you think I got sea smoke? He burned up the last person. Like, he chose me. Dom, I'm starting with you. What did you think of this interaction? How did you feel about how Ray treated him? What did you think?
I was nervous when she first started talking, and I realized how hostile she kind of was approaching it. I was like, wait. But to me, I'm like, you gotta realize the position she's coming from. Like, she is a queen who's been trying to, and the Targaryens feel a sense of ownership to these dragons, even though whether it's justified or not. Like, even though we realize the dragons just live at your house, they're not yours. But sometimes they try to act like they're theirs, and so they kind of see this as you stole this dragon, which shouldn't be possible because you couldn't pay them a month to ride it and not get burned. So yeah, it seemed weird when she was coming at him, but to me it was just like, I don't know who you are, I don't know what your intentions are, and I am a queen, so I have to step to you with a certain level of authority. And yeah, she had more bite in this scene than she's had the whole season. So I'm this is a weird time for her to puff her chest out. But better late than never. Because also from this moment forward, she's been very confident. She's been very much, to me, the queen that we've been waiting for. It's in a sense of like how she carries herself and all this type of stuff. It started weird with this position, but she maintained it when she was talking to everybody else. So
now, Dom, we gonna get into it when she got checked by the Dragon Masters down there. We gonna talk, but we'll get to it, because I was like, really, Ray, you was doing so good, and now here you are. See,
Rhaenyra only got that smoke for the black folks. I'm taking it there. She already treating her daggone stepchildren or half children, whoever they are, as the red-headed stepchildren. Got one of them as her, her workhorse, and the other one done banished away is the mammy out in the Vale. She talking to him all crazy. Poor Adam. She got what's his name back to work within 24 hours of his wife dying. He said, "Clock in. You bring your behind back into work." But she don't have that same smoke for none of the other ones. Outside of that one man she slapped in the last episode, everyone else gets the meek, "Oh, I don't know. Oh, I'm so confused." Rhaenyra. And I don't like it. And I don't feel like she's showing any kind of I don't feel like she's competent as the leader. Every good idea she had, she's got it from somebody else.
Well, that's a good leader.
That listens to people around her.
But no, none of these people are really at her council. So all her councilmen ain't doing nothing. But it's the people around the corner that's giving her all these good ideas.
Well, I mean, the whispers is.
Yeah, no, I was saying her son gave her a good idea. This whole part of the season is because of her son's idea. And Mysaria, that was the best idea. Mysaria sending them ships with the food is the best idea anybody's had this whole season.
Yeah.
So, she's listening to the right folks, and she's slapping the right folks.
She need to slap that son of hers by the end of the episode. Jace was punking the hell out of her.
He needs to be touched.
Oh, Lord. Kay, read the comment on the screen and let us know what you thought about this interaction between Adam and Ray.
She was mad because she was creeping, and Sea Smoke and Adam over here interrupted the creep session. She might was. Okay. She might was, but I would be. I mean, would you not be upset if your ex-husband dragon had flown off with somebody else, and you was like, "I thought we was here, Sea Smoke. I thought me and you was here," and you just left us and went out and found somebody else? I actually would be offended too, because I'm pretty sure she thought her and Sea Smoke was cool, that he was gonna listen to her.
Nobody puts baby in a corner. Sea Smoke said, "I'm out of here. You're not gonna use me. I'm gonna choose my own."
He didn't trust their judgment. He said, exactly. I don't trust your judgment. I'm gonna do what I want. And you see, Sea Smoke was ready to run up on Cyrax. It's like, what you want to do?
Oh my
he was ready for it.
Do y'all think that Rhaenyra ran out so swiftly in part because she thought maybe Laenor came back?
No, I think she thought one of Alicent's children went and got him. She was mad. She was like, "Is it green?" Does Tangerine come over here? I really
Yeah,
thought she thought
I
he
think
was
she thought it was foul play. Yeah, I think she
Mhm.
thinks someone stole the dragon, which is what I think is interesting because as I was kind of putting my notes together for my recap, y'all, and my recap will be up tonight. But I was thinking to myself, in House of the Dragon, they changed writers often. Like John was able to ride, Danny was able to ride, and it wasn't like you had to possess this dragon. And I guess it's because of how they were raised, right? Kind of more domesticated than these dragons because baby, it didn't look like you was allowed to ride anybody's dragon in these days.
You talking about in Game of Thrones?
In Game of Thrones, yeah.
Well, I think it was still because the dragons knew Snow had some Targaryen in them. So that's why they let
But
him do it.
they had more than one rider, right? It like these, it doesn't seem like anybody else could ride Sea Smoke.
Are you sure? Because I thought Jon Snow rode somebody like Danny rode Drogon, and I think he rode didn't he ride somebody different? He rode a different
Yeah,
one.
I think he rode Drogon. He rode one of the other two, didn't he?
Did he? Okay, because I was like, it
Mhm.
seemed
He
like they
rode
could
either
ride
Rhaegar
interchangeably.
or Viserion. Yep, he rode a different one.
Vic says John bonded with it. So that was his dragon at the end of the day. Rhaegar. Oh,
Yeah, his
Rhaegar.
Rhaegar.
body.
Okay.
Yeah, his
They
bonding
said
sequence was a lot. It was a lot more
Is it
truncated.
was
Like he just did this one time and they was bonded, so it wasn't like as deep as it is in this show. But yeah,
listen, because I'm trying to understand. I was like, is it can anybody get a ride? Like if you got the
yeah, no, he didn't ride Drogon. It was the one of the other ones.
they said Viserion or Rhaegar. Okay, y'all help me out because y'all know. We have another question. Let's play the game. Question number 2. To which house does Laris belong?
strong.
Oh,
Them
Dom,
strong
come in.
boys.
Yeah,
Just
strong
by a
boy.
hair. Okay, Shmi says, but John did touch Drogon like Rhaenyra. Okay. Because I was curious about that. I was like, dang, could Rhaenyra ride this
From
new
a
dragon?
hell no. He said, "I'll let you pet
it
me
seemed
because I know who
like
you are, but you
little
can't claim
moment.
me."
A little moment. And y'all, these are not in chronological order. So just FYI. But listen, Allison, if you aren't drowning yourself in the lake, I don't want to see you. All right. I don't care about your adventures in the woods. I don't care about you with that man from 300 now that he's elderly and a silver fox. I don't care unless there's a brick wrapped around your waist and you're sinking to the bottom of the lake. I didn't need this Lady of the Lake. We talked about Lady of the Lake yesterday. I don't need it today. Kay, the Targaryen Valerian, what are you, is she having a meltdown, a midlife crisis? What's happening?
This feeling right now that she had, it's too late. It's too late. Like nobody cares about your mental health now. Like you had a friend who was like, you can stop all of this. You know, you had a chance to be there for your children in their time of grief when the grandson passed, when they dad passed. Like she passed all the moments that she could have had emotional support, and now she mad because she like all alone. Nobody even know if she would have drowned. Nobody even would have cared. Who's gonna come look for her?
Nobody, not even her sons.
Exactly. Nobody cares at this point.
See,
maybe Sir Gawain.
See, because not even Sir Crispy cares. See, what say you about your girl, your queen?
Honestly, nobody. Honestly, they haven't cared about this woman, and she's realizing it. She's never had assistance. She's never had help, and it's finally breaking her. Let this woman return to the land, the waters of her ancestors, and cleanse herself, her mental, all the weights of it. Let her cleanse her body. I feel like everybody needs a little self-care every now and then. Sometimes you got to get away. And
so this was a spa day. This was a getaway cabin. Okay.
This was an opportunity to clear her head because it was a mess over there at the castle. She's losing everything, and she needed to get away. And I'm not here for it. Take care of yourself, Queen.
Dom, talk some sense, please.
So I used to be a Allison defender in some ways. Like I used to say she cared about her kids. I used to say all that stuff in defense of Allison. Man, go home, Allison. I really thought she was gonna keep walking, and I kind of wanted her to. But Allison, I think, is having a crisis of position. She doesn't have a position. And her father, the all-knowing, all-powerful Otto, raised her to always play her position and to position herself in better ways going forward. So from the time she was a different actress, he was putting her in these positions to like marry the king and always advance the family in different ways. But now she has no position. She had nobody listens to her, nobody cares about her. She had a random, unspecified position on the small council as the mother of the small council. But now Eamon was like, we don't need that anymore and go away. Go. So they effectively put baby in the corner, and now she don't know what to do. And now she's looking at the realm, and it's in chaos because of her. And now she's also powerless to do anything to stop it. So yeah, she's just down to go for a longer swim, much longer swim.
This fake ass baptism. Look at her.
Shmi says, I was thinking that too. Amy says, dang, listen, that's how we feel about it. Okay, what was she doing? Cleansing herself of her sins, absolving herself. Ain't enough water in the Atlantic and the Pacific to cleanse that heifer. Allison was trying to baptize herself again. Allison was giving Lady in the Lake of King's Landing. That's it, King. Trying to wash away her sins. It's too late. Listen, and it is too late. Ain't enough baptismal cleansing to wash away her sins. It's too late. And she stopped wearing green. What is it? Yeah, she was in white. In white.
She's cured.
And that's like a blue green right there. So if you don't want to be team green, you're gonna be blue green. Aquamarine.
That's what Vic says. I noticed her dress is going back to blue. She used to wear those blue dresses when she was young. That's Hightower, right? It's too late now, Allison. Too late now. I got some religious symbolism in this scene. Allison has a ritual for cleansing herself of sins. Okay. Like her own private penance. The writers don't know what to do with her character. Interesting. She is spiraling. All right, y'all. Question number 3. What is Vermithor's nickname?
The second biggest dragon?
No.
The Bronze Beast? No, it's the Bronze Zone. Okay.
Close. That bronze is the first portion of it. Rhaenyra says it.
Oh, somebody said Bronze Fury in the chat.
That's me. Okay, yep. Vic. Okay, dang.
Okay, Bronze Fury. Okay.
Yeah, Bronze Fury. Shmi, Melanin, like, okay, y'all better. The Bronze Dread, the Bronze Fury. Bronze Fury. Okay, y'all got it. Let's see.
Ooh.
Jump scare.
Yeah.
So Damon is still unhinged, still going through the motions, right? And so he sees Viserys, and I'm saying this should have been a part of y'all's Walking Dead, some zombie horror film at this point, because I'm like eyeless, cheekless, barely any hair. He's Skeletor, right? And he's like asking Damon, and this was kind of they go back and forth a little bit, like, this was heavy. The crown was heavy. It was a burden. Damon, do you still want it? See, I'm going to start with you. Does Damon still truly want it, or is he just going through the motions at this point?
Damon don't even know what he wants. He losing his mind. I honestly don't feel like he ever really wanted the crown like that. He just wanted the attention. He wanted to be, the one in the spotlight, but not necessarily the one making all the harsh, the hard decisions. And I feel like he's kind of coming to terms with that, but still fighting it because he's still under the pursuit of trying to take the crown from Rhaenyra. So it's like, what's really going on, Damon? So it's like the story of two Damons. It's the Damon that wants to be ambitious and do a little bit too much, and then there's a Damon who doesn't really want that. So it's very interesting that this is like the second or third time we've seen his brother. And yeah, this was a hard look. It's hard looking at this man, even in the pictures now. It's giving me nightmares tonight.
Yeah. I was just gonna say we've seen Viserys now, I think more than any single person, even young Rhaenyra, as far as in Daemon's visions. So it's interesting to think about that relationship that we saw was very strained and kind of at a lot of times felt like Daemon didn't love Viserys, but truly there was a true connection between these two brothers. Kay, does Daemon want the crown still? Does he want it? Or is it just, something to do at this point?
Damon just wants some attention and some recognition. That's really all. Because he don't even know what to do when clearly he's at Harrenhal just over there acting a fool. He ain't even doing what he need to be doing to secure the throne at this point. He just over here playing around, slowly losing his mind.
That's it. Dom.
Yeah, put some respect on Damon name. Damon going through it. And the only mistake Damon made was listening to a witch. But at the same time, he has been doing what he came here to do. He got the people. The Lord till he died. He got the host. He got them on their team. Now, what did he did he do everything he was supposed to do? No. Did he go a little too Damon on times? Sure. But he did. It's there. The host is here. They pledged their banner. So mission accomplished. I still don't think he's leaving Harrenhal. I still don't think he leaves there alive. I think Damon just wants to be chosen. I think that's the part. He's the second son. He's the brother to the king. He just wants to be chosen by somebody. He just wants to be loved. Even his wife didn't choose him. He wasn't the first choice for his wife. He was just kind of a backup because he had to send Lenore on to pasture. So I just think Damon wants to be chosen. He wants to be loved. He wants to be respected. And he wants to feel like he has his own little place in the world. And he feels lost right now. He don't have his own place in the world. And he's being haunted by the people he's wronged in pursuit of that place. And I think now he might be reconsidering if it was worth it and if it's still worth it. But I think he does still want it. I think he's reevaluating what it takes to get it, though, if it's still worth it. I think he wants it, but I think he's reconsidering if it's worth it or
not. I just really wish we could get a glimpse of a sound-minded Damon. Because at this point, it all feels kind of like a fever dream. All of his experiences, it's like, okay, is he in reality? Is he in a hallucination? He's vacillating back and forth. I think he's lost his why. I think he's going through the motions. He's gotten, he's doing all of the steps to achieve this thing. But I honestly don't know what he would do if he were to get it. But, in an effort to keep going, we meet little Oscar. And I said, let little Oscar cook. You know what I'm saying? Because he was doing his big one. This young man is one to watch. I hope we get more of little Oscar in season 3 because I was impressed by the grandes cajones of this young man talking to Damon real crazy. I also, in these moments, realized what a disdain I have for Matt Smith's voice. I really hate it. That high-pitched, weaselly, like nasally sound, like when he was speaking to the, okay, but here's the thing, right? He talks to little Oscar Tully, who couldn't help before because his grandsire was still living, right? And so now that the grandsire has passed, he's trying to get these Riverland people to heal. Okay. And so he comes to little Oscar and he's like, well, listen, I can use you now. You got the power, right, little bro? And he's like, listen, my Lord King consort, I can do what I can do to help you. Then we get in front of the crowd and little Oscar flips the script. He says, I hate this man too. I don't like him. And he said, watch out, little Lord. Damon says, hold on. And I said, don't bring out the blicky. Don't bring out the 9, Damon. Okay. That's what I was thinking in the moment. But little Oscar knew, listen, I have to appease these Riverland people because they're staunch, right? They've been feuding for 100 million years. And so anyway, he ends up having to take out the Blackwood guy who's really been down for him since day one, doing all of the rioting, all of the crimes against humanity. Dom, what did you think of little Oscar? What did you think of this whole situation and how he flipped it?
Little Oscar is right up there with Ileana Mormont from Game of Thrones. the little Mormont, little baby Mormont from Game of Thrones. You put him right next to her as little people you don't mess with because he knows because he was like, all right, this is what you want, Damon. Cool. These my people. I know how to talk to them. I'm gonna get it to you. You just not gonna like it. It's more like I'm gonna give you what you want, but I'm not gonna rub your head and kiss you on the forehead in order to give it to you. You know, but that's how you gotta do it. I have to still seem because he's already young. So I have to seem like a man and like a leader and like I have my own agency. I can't seem like you're a puppet. I can't seem like I'm just doing your bidding. I have to seem like I'm a riverman. I can lead my house. That way I can lead all these other houses, but I'm still going to get them to do what you want them to do because we stand by our oaths and we are traditional people. And so he played it perfectly. He played it expertly. He's been watching somebody who got some sense. And so, and you know, sometimes you need to shed some blood to make sure people know you're serious. Like, look, we not just gonna handshake and forget everything. We not a forgetful people. These people don't remember why they fighting, but they've been fighting since forever. So we can't just say all right and move on. We gotta actually shed some blood and then we can move on. And so he played it perfectly, and he gave Damon what he wanted. Damon don't like it, but he's gonna swallow it.
He took it, didn't he? See, what'd you think of little Oscar?
This was a scene. This little Oscar Proud, he done stepped up. I don't know what his grandsire said to him on his deathbed, but he definitely, imparted some wisdom and some strength in his grandson because he didn't come to play, right? He knew he was young. He knew that he was new to the role. And he had a decision to make. He said, look, I can make my first decision, kind of being the lapdog of the king consort, or I can, let him know like, hey, king consort. He added that purposefully and pointedly. And, he's still on his own 2 feet, 10 toes down, and threw his weight around a little bit. And I'm glad of it because he needed to get respect from the other Riverland people. He needed to get a little bit of respect from Damon because he was trying him a couple episodes ago. So yeah, he did what needed to be done. So he's one to watch for sure.
Absolutely. Kay, was the blood sacrifice needed? Did we need Blackwood's head on a platter? Did we need a Ned Stark 2.0? Did we need it?
They have to go in for the theatrics. Don't nobody want to back down. Don't nobody want to seem like they weak. Everybody got to make it seem like I got the juice. I got the power. Let me throw my weight around. Damon been waiting to off somebody because that's what he do since he's the king around here in these parts. But that little boy walked straight up to him and was just looking at him like, I don't care though. Like I'm only here because we don't break allies and promises over here. But at the end of the day, I do not like you. just so you know, I don't like you. And Damon had to do something because the little boy kind of showed him up a little bit. He said, I gotta toughen up real quick, like, no disrespect, but I gotta show y'all what I can do.
Listen, he said sometimes you gotta pop out and show them, right? Oscar ate Damon up. Yes, Oscar did that. He was raised right. Listen, Oscar was paying attention at the table. Like he was around and he was paying attention to his people, right? He knew what it was going to require to get fealty. Tony Roberts says Oscar said consort in all caps and did. I loved it. Damon looked confused this whole scene. He did. And I was like, is he fading out like throughout all of this? He took that suffocation demand personal and showed his savage. He really, really did. Vic says, that's why he said, do you want these swords or not? Wink, wink. I said, did he whisper? I said, could the rest of them hear it? Yes, little man Tully is taking it. He did. Like, I was very, very impressed. Dred Shinobi, I think Damon and Oscar planned this. It felt like theater. Okay. Jasmine says, with his whole chest. Okay, guys. Next question. Let's play a game. What is Alicent's estranged son's name?
Darren,
right? Yes. Okay. Current score is Dom with 2, K with 1, and C, you're almost there. You were so close.
I feel
Y'all
like we
were
didn't try on that strong. I want where's the replay?
he was just ahead of you, just a millisecond ahead of you. But guys, thank you guys so much for being here. We have 52 people in the chat. Thank y'all. Please comment, share, like, subscribe to all the channels. And I'm going to give you guys a quick thank you, and we will be right back.
See, loving up without a rubber, never in the sheets, like it on top of the cover. Money on the dresser, drive a compressor. Top notch hoes get the most, not the lesser. Trash like the $40 in the club. Game bits, no love. She be cross country, giving all that she got. 1,000 a pop, I'm pulling Bentleys off the lot. I smashed up the gray one, bought me a gray. Every time we hit the parking lot, we turn heads. Wanna choose, but them too scary. Trust me, you ain't a pimp, you a fairy. I choose you, baby. Da, 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 da. I choose you, baby. Da, 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 da. Trust me, you ain't a pimp, you a fairy. I choose you, baby. Da, 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 da. I choose you, baby.
Okay, y'all, and we're back. And I just want to know, was this a setup? And is Raina getting a new dragon? I'm going to start with you, C. You said it. You said this lady ain't like black folks. The way she shut that gate made me think you might have been right.
I'm telling you, her and Rhaenyra. But I think she may, even though I don't want her to get a dragon because we already outnumbered as it is by the end of the episode. But I feel as if she might. But as we know, the line doesn't go much further than the people that we see as far as the black folks. So I don't think she's going to have it for long if she does get a dragon. But I do think she's going to get the dragon, unfortunately, yes.
Okay. What do you think of this? Was this a setup? Did she send them out to the slaughter thinking that this was going to feed this rogue dragon? What did you think about this whole interaction with Lady Jane Eyre?
You know, with her, I think she's still offended. They tried to give her them little dragons, and she was just like, "I'm gonna show y'all trying to play me." And she just, she said, FTK, and Raina was like, "Who?" Because what y'all not gonna keep doing is using me as the babysitter. I got something for all y'all. But I hope she go out there and be brave and not get eaten. So I'm, Raina, this is the moment where you say, I'm sick of it. I'm sick and tired. This is your last chance to prove yourself. Because if you you left them kids and Rhaenyra find out you left them kids and they ain't come back with no dragon, I don't know what's gonna happen to you. I don't know, girl. I don't know.
Dom?
I'm curious. I think the lady, I think the veil lady is just she's just like being a bitch. I mean, she's just like being I don't think that she has any specific dislike for Raina. I think she just like being like that. You know what I'm saying? That's her personality. I think when she go back, she doing talk the same way to them guards, and they just gonna roll her eyes because this is how she is. She a drama queen. She a diva. I think Raina. At first, I thought she was gonna go after this big old dragon and get burned, and she wasn't gonna make it. But I don't think, from a TV perspective, I don't think she'll die with no other main characters to see it or know about it. I don't think she'll die and nobody's there to witness it. And so maybe she does ride the dragon and she might come in at the 11th hour next season to help him out. And do we know which dragon this is? I mean, we know it's big, but do we know which
Sheep
dragon
stealer.
this is? Is
I
it
don't
sheep
know the
stealer?
name. They call him Sheep Stealer. Yeah.
Okay, so but it's evidently a big one,
Yeah.
and Team Black has a lot of dragons, but they don't have too many big ones. So, I'm
Yeah.
good.
Shmi says Sheep Stealer is the third biggest dragon.
Oh yeah, so we already got the second biggest dragon over here with the blacks. So go and bring the third one over here too.
Yeah, I'm excited. She always looks so petrified and scared. I just need a new look for her, like a new facial expression.
Because she can't
Is
go
what
up to
I
that
want
dragon
for
looking like that. She gonna get 8.
we know it. You got to approach these dragons with confidence, or it is over for you. And I said, listen, we see Ray and her new boo thing. And White Worm has the most sense, it seems. Rhaenyra is still talking about going back in them books in the library, and White Worm is like, you're going to be looking under covers, basically. That's stupid. Right. Let me do this for you. There's all kinds of white-haired children roaming around King's Landing, which we've been seeing, you guys, in the brothels. We've seen them. We've seen them in the bars. We've seen them all around King's Landing. And we know all them previous kings was smashing and dashing and leaving little Targaryen bastards across the universe. And so they decide that, hey, she thinks about her son and she says, they try my sons because we all know your sons don't have the Valerian blood. We know they're strongs. We know they're bastards. We know it. We know it, Rhaenyra. They know it too. Even Jace knows, and we'll get into that scene later. But she says, bring the bastards. Kay, what did you think about this plan? And what did you think about White Worm finally telling her what made sense? Because why didn't we do this last episode instead of looking through all them books and burning up Darkling?
While y'all was trying to squeeze in a little smooch, that's what I thought was going to happen right here, White Worm, when she said, I know where some of y'all be at. That's what I wanted you to say last time. I'm like, finally, now we can get somewhere. Had you have said that earlier, we could have already been past this, and we could have already been to the next phase. You should have said that a long time ago, because Rhaenyra daddy probably got some out there. Damon probably got some out there. Harris got some out there. Y'all know Sarah was running the brothel. Y'all know she got some out there. Y'all know Aegon was having his little, illegitimate children out here fighting and stuff. It's plenty of y'all out there. Go get some of them.
Go get some of them. Hey, A, thank you so much for the $4.99 super chat. I'm Team Lady Jane. She asked for a protection dragon. They sent her 2 iguanas, 2 children, and a nanny. Get out of my house. I mean, and you're not wrong, Queen. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. See?
Disrespectful.
What do you think about White Worm and the interaction? And why don't you think we got any like we didn't get no nookie, no cookie, no tookie between the two of them? Is it over? Was it a one and done, a smash and dash? Is that what happened? A hit it and quit it?
Y'all know Rhaenyra liked to be a little loose in times of strife. She's been like that since a child, when she was all Harvey Weinstein, Crispin Cole, whatever they were. And this is what I don't get about Rhaenyra, because she's sitting there with that little stupid face on, like, the lowborns, they couldn't, what, Like she wasn't sneaking out the castle to the pillow house with her uncle, seeing all them little white-haired girls at the pillow house. Like, are you blind, Rhaenyra? You need someone to lead you to the water and force you to drink. Like, girl, open your eyes. This is why I don't like Rhaenyra, man. She was just out here like a sheep, just bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Like, girl, get it together.
Dom, is Massaria playing Ray? And are they gonna hit it, or was it a one and done type of situation just for shock value last week?
So Massaria,
do they go together now?
No, they don't. Massaria has proven, in my opinion, time and time again, that she's down for the team. She is down for the team. And she didn't bring this up before, because it's more efficient. If Rhaenyra thinks we got some people here in the house that can ride dragons, it's just more efficient to get them in the house than to go get them from King's Landing, because it's dangerous. We got to send boats. We got to spread the word. It's a lot of time and resources to go do that. If there's some here, if we just got to go downstairs and get one, that would be better. But we went downstairs and got one that didn't work. So now we got to go across the bay and get one. That's just the order of operations of stuff. That's all. Masaria was just trying to be efficient. But she does have the most sense, but that's kind of Game of Thrones in general. The Whisperers always have the most common sense, because they, from her to Larys to Varys, because they're the only ones who kind of have a foot in both worlds. They are eyes on the street. They understand the common people. They understand what everyday life is in the kingdom, but they also understand the motivations and priorities of the highborns, and they operate in both worlds. So they always have a much clearer picture of what's going on, and that's kind of their function, is to come to these royals and be like, actually, it would probably make more sense if you did this. Like that's their whole function. It's just like, well, actually, that's their whole function. So yeah, actually, the people are saying the people don't like it when you lock them into the gates. Like that's their whole function. And so yeah, Masaria has the most sense, but I think she is very much loyal, and she's at this point outside the dragons, Rhaenyra's biggest asset. So yeah, I'm all team Masaria.
Absolutely. Is it a one and done? You said they don't go together now?
Right now, no, because they at work. We at work, and we was at work. We was at the office late one night, and it got too far. And so, but we still on the clock. So we gotta put that to the side, because we're still on the clock. Now, when we off the clock, then maybe we can pick it up. But right now, it's dragon time. I ain't got time to worry about all that. You just caught me in the moment.
She keeps securing her spot, though. She working for the people. Masaria,
she's going nowhere.
She's like, I'm working for my people, for the small folk.
Amy says, I think they'll pick up where they left off. I don't know if they're going to have time in episode 8. I need to see fire, blood, dragons, sea, and salt next episode. I need it all. Greta says, not the office romance. Masaria still gives off Varys vibes. Don't trust her at all. Somebody earlier, was it Vic or A, said, don't trust Masaria. Yvette says, exactly. Most of us know move through both worlds. Okay, y'all. All right. Speaking of masters of whisperers and whispering, all right. How are you going to help anybody walk? This took it to the realm of impossibility for me and really lost that entire scene. We walk in to Aegon being walked around the room by the Grand Maester, and I said, okay, I get it. Let's get him out of bed. Let's get him mobile, because we want him back on the throne. Larys limps his behind in the room and says, oh, Maester, you can't do this alone. Let me help you. And proceeds to wrap Aegon's arm around his neck. What are you going to do, Mr. Clubfoot? And this is not ableist, y'all, so don't do that. But I'm just saying, Dom, you're laughing the hardest. What say you about old Clubfoot coming in there trying to help escort Aegon back to the bed?
Look, in the same way that Masaria is Rhaenyra's biggest asset, Larys is Aegon's biggest asset. Y'all leave Larys alone, because he knows that he know about being disabled more than anything. This is Westeros. There's no VA hospital. There's no physical therapy person. Is so, and Larys knows the longer not get on the good place. Y'all dirty. Larys knows that the longer that man lay there, the more vulnerable he is. He does nothing to nobody being a cripple. He needs to get up and show that he is strong. The same way his daddy crawled up them steps when he was on his deathbed. Larys, and who better to teach him? Who better to teach him than this man who been dealing with this since birth? Larys, is the best person to help this man and to push him and be like, you don't have time to be lazy. You don't have time to be hurt. You don't have time. You got to get up and get on the good foot. This is this man's James Brown, and y'all gonna leave off Laris. Laris is a motivator. This is his Coach Carter. And he gonna do it. Aegon gonna come. Aegon's comeback tour is gonna be real. Watch season 3. Aegon's comeback tour is gonna be real in the field, and it's all gonna be because of Laris.
I'm holding on to hope. Dread Shinobi, I think you win best comment of the night because, yeah, I have no words. See.
I would like to beg to differ. There's definitely the hardest working black man in the whole episode. He got to be the doctor, the pharmacist, the physical therapist on the council, giving everything. This man got to do it all, and he wears many hats and
many chains.
Yeah, many chains. If it wasn't for him, Aegon would be out here, defeated. So as far as Laris goes, he's sneaky. We all know he's sneaky. We all know he has other things in mind. And there was a scene, I don't know if we'll get to it recasted, but where someone's telling him, hey, there's somebody on Sea Smoke. Should we tell the king? Should we tell Aegon? And he's like, oh, Aemon. And I'm thinking, did he not tell him in order to be sneaky, or he not tell him because he heard it was from a friend of a mother of a sister who told the shipment that this was the truth?
I thought that it was strategic on Laris's part because he'd probably want to confirm the information, repackage it, and deliver it himself to get the accolades, is my thought. But anybody else want to chime in on that?
Well, no, I thought that because when he asked that man where, like, his source, and it was like, well, I talked to somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody. That's not a master of whispers. That's just a rumor mill. When Varys had his spiders out, he was sending people out and getting it back from them. He was getting firsthand knowledge. The master of whispers got people out and getting stuff first, maybe secondhand. All it is, this game of telephone is not reliable. And so Laris was kind of playing the odds. If it's true, then it'll come out another way, and I just didn't know. But if it's false and I done brought it to the king, then now my whispers is not sound. My whispers got to be tight. You know what I'm saying? If you the master of whispers, this is what you do. You got to be tight. So Laris was just like, this not worth me bringing up.
Laris ain't broken now. He need to be replaced. There ain't no whispering happening. Get to work.
Shmi says he wants Laris to get back in Aemon's good books, and I think that's true. Kay, what do you think of Laris in this situation? And what did you think of his attempt to help Aegon get back to the bed? I get the verbal encouragement. I even get you sneaking and getting the maester to start his physical therapy, his PTOTST, right? All of the therapies. I get that part. But for you to be like, let me lend a foot to help get Aegon in this bed. Kay, talk to me about it.
No pun intended, but they're just trying to get one step ahead of Aemon. He didn't want him to know about Sea Smoke because he probably knew it was true. He didn't want him to know, and he figures if he fixes the king up behind his back, he knows that he gonna get his position secured. If he goes and gets the king back in order, that's a surefire. You know, I got you, bro. And so yeah.
One step ahead of the bread line.
Okay, Aladdin. Okay, y'all. We gotta focus. Back to the game, and this is the last question of the game, guys. And you know the score: Dom with 2, K with 1, C, pulling up. Pulling up. All right. The final question: what is the name of Ulf's dragon? What is the name of Ulf's dragon? Ulf White.
Silverwing.
Okay, Kay. Okay. I didn't prepare for a tiebreaker. So y'all, we're gonna do a big game in the finale. So just keep that in mind. Oh gosh, I didn't think that was going to be that funny. But moving right along, y'all. Moving right along, easing on down the road. Is Jace a supremacist? Mongrels, though? These are mongrels, sir. And Jace, what are you? What art thou? I didn't like this. I didn't like this from Jace. Especially, I mean, you're worried about your birthright, and your mama is still not officially queen. Like, let's be very serious. For all intents and purposes, sir. This was your idea, and you were fine with it when you said, "Oh, these are noble people, noble houses." Listen, the blood is the blood is the blood. We learned that in Game of Thrones. We've learned that in House of the Dragon. The blood is the blood, and the blood is what's going to speak, all right? Especially as it relates to these dragons. I didn't like the mongrels comment. I didn't like his insecurity, his lack of confidence in this moment. And of course, Rhaenyra did this, right? You made him a strong, you made him a bastard, and he got real disrespectful actually when he said, "You ain't think about that. You ain't think about his black hair when you was smashing him down for all them years." Kay, I'm going to start with you. What did you think of this conversation? And is Jace a supremacist? What is this?
I mean, I think that he's had this in them for a while, especially when when Corlys' brother had stepped to him and was just like, he said like, I'm willing to die next to this, but them, they not like us, and he knows this is always in it's always in the back of his mind that everybody else is. So he's like, if I'm a bastard and they're bastards, what is going to stop them from coming for me like your brother came from you? And you did this to me. You set this up. So what you gonna do about it? Because I feel his pain. She kind of put him in that position, and I see both sides. Like, okay, but we do need these dragon riders, but he right though. I mean, like, y'all, they need to sign a contract. Like, okay, afterwards that, I mean, y'all know that this is not going any further than this. Make them feel, do something.
and this is my sentiment, Vic. I agree. What I don't understand is he was down for the cause last episode. It was his idea. Literally, you can't get mad at the players when it's your game, sir. Like,
see,
this is
the Royals. He was going to the caste system.
But here's the thing. We know just from the history of A Song of Ice Fire up to present day, the throne is never going to be safe. we know that. And I get that there's the fear because now these people have dragons, but you're subject to the same opposition no matter what. There just might be a few more players this time, right? Because you still don't have it. You still don't have the Iron Throne. See, what say you? What say you about Jason, his mongrel comment? Because I ain't like it.
You know what they say? They say prejudice starts in the home. You learn it from home. And we all know where he learned it from, Rhaenyra. When she was messing around with the Christian code and he was ready to put a ring on it, she said, "Ugh, you low born, I'm about to be the queen. You think I'm about to what?" That's what it's giving. She separates herself. The only reason she's
there you go, Vic.
herself now is because she needs these lowborns in order to secure her spot. But had this not been the case, she don't got it. She didn't have to eye them lowborns, and neither is her son because it was taught in the home. And the fact that he's got this whole, inferiority complex because he really want to have white hair like his mama. He's a little suffering from colorism of the hair. And that's the only reason for him. He was down with it when it was, the highborns, the lords and the ladies, getting the turn. But now he's saying, "Oh, everybody can get it, and I'm just like everybody else, for real, for real." See, this is what's going on. He learned in the home. I blame the mother.
Dom, I need you to read 2 comments for me. Read this comment for me, and then I'm going to ask you to read one more.
No, Jace was definitely, he was given a January 6th Dragon Rider. Yeah.
And Ariel's comment.
That Marvel comment was over the top in the worst way. Yeah, he said, when he said mongrels, he said it with a hard ER. It was,
he did.
And it came from the gut. He said that was his best acting the whole season. Mongrels. He been calling people mongrels when he offset because that came from right here. He had some feeling in that one. And but at the same time, let's understand Jace's position in this world. He is the Targaryens, and I forget. I think Viserys said it early on in season 1. Is that the idea of the dragons aren't the most powerful thing? It's the idea of the dragons. It's the fact that the people think that dragons are gods, and therefore, since Targaryens can ride dragons, they are closer to God. So there's a separation between regular people and Targaryens. There's a divine separation. And Jace's only claim to the people who say he isn't that, the only defense he has is the fact that he can ride a dragon. I don't have the silver hair. So the fact that I can ride this dragon is undeniable to my claim that I am legitimate. Be that as it, so now that you bring all these other illegitimate people onto Dragonback, that dilutes my claim. At this point, now when people want to call me illegitimate, want to call me a bastard, they have a much stronger claim because when I respond, I can ride a dragon. They can be like, well, so can all these other raggedy mugs. and so that makes that does call into question his position. So Jace is looking forward to the future. He's like, after the war, after we're settled, and when you die, I still have to rule, and you've made my position weaker. So he's looking forward, which to me is good. It's not good. I mean, it's not bad. You should be forward thinking, but he's young. So he's forward thinking at the expense of the moment. So, because we got priorities. Yeah, we can deal with that, but we got to get there. And so, and every time Rhaenyra was like, well, what other option do you have? He didn't have nothing to say. So that to me is Jace being young and being a little self-centered, but reasonably so. I don't think the things he brought up were unreasonable. I just think that he didn't take into account the priority of the moment, which is we got to actually get to that throne that is rightfully ours, but we can't really sit on right now.
Selfish, just like his mama. That's what we get her.
you selfish mamas. We can talk about. We can talk about selfish mamas. we gotta talk about that witch in green. We're gonna talk about selfish mamas.
Well, Captain for Creativity says Jace is a product of his prejudiced environment, and in the book, Rhaenyra was way more prejudiced. But here they split the "Make Dragonstone Great Again" vibes.
Talk about it.
I didn't like that from Jace, and I get the insecurity that his mama did set before him and the claim situation, but again, I just feel like the Iron Throne is never safe. Like it doesn't really, at the end of the day, it was like his fear is overtaking him, and then at the end, like, what are you going to choose, Mom? Are you going to choose me, or are you going to choose these bastards? I'm going with these bastards, son, because I need to get to the throne first.
But your dragon ain't big enough, Jace. It's not big enough. We need the big guys.
But to his point about, to your point about the Iron Throne is never safe. We know that because we know the whole history. But the history that Jace knows, his grandfather, all peaceful. Jaehaerys, peaceful. You know what I'm saying? So nobody until after this jeopardizes the Targaryen throne. There's never not a Targaryen on the throne until Robert's Rebellion. And he is the rightful Targaryen. And so, well, on paper. And so for him, there's this long-standing thing of peace and this long consistency on the throne. And he's the one that his position is just as, from his perspective, his position is just as threatened as Rhaenyra's is. Even after she wins and they all live happily ever after, he still got to deal with the ramifications of what she's done.
Yeah, like she did, like she's doing now. I mean, yeah. I guess I'm thinking it's par for the course, but I totally understand. And I like Jace. I've liked Jace up until this point, and I won't say that this has lessened, my affection for him. But we'll just see how this goes, because he could turn into a different person after this, and I'm just interested to see how this relationship is going to evolve and change, because he's already been side-eyeing her. All the missing council meetings, her making these random trips. He's already been looking at her with a side eye. So now the call has been made and it's calling all bastards. You know what I mean? The council is against it because Rhaenyra, what the hell are you doing? And Rhaenyra said, listen, I have to speak my conscience. I have to do this for the people. And so she calls every white-haired bastard in King's Landing and without and brings them there. It basically drops them, here she does. What's the dragon's name? Vermithor. She gets Vermithor, walks up. She's scared too, y'all, but she's not gonna show it because that's Rhaenyra, right? Gets him there, says, okay, y'all, have at it. But before this happens, the Dragon Masters down in the pit come up and say, Rhaenyra, we are sick of your ish. This is not going to work. Y'all already got the man crispy fried up last week. We're not doing this anymore, and you can't make us. And they walk out. And I said, Rhaenyra, if you let these people check you in front of all of these bastards, what are you thinking, ma'am? She hit that ride. I want to talk about that first, then we'll kind of get into some of these other scenes, because again, Ray was doing so good with commanding respect. I felt like this episode until this moment. I need one of their heads immediately, because what you're not going to do is talk to me like that. I don't care if you disagree. I am your queen. Respect me. Kay, I'm starting with you. What did you think of that moment? And why did Rhaenyra not make a show of force in that moment with them dragon masters?
Although, yeah, I was waiting for her to say something back to him. But after the rest of the scene played out, I know why. I think she thought it might be better that they do dismiss themselves, because I'm not sure if they would have sat back and let all those people get burned to death by Vermithor. So I think in the end, she thought it was better that they leave, because she just sat there perched. Like, she was like, okay with it. If the dragon keepers was there, they probably would have stopped it. They probably would have said, y'all can get out. Like, Rhaenyra closed the doors. Ain't nobody leaving till the deed is done. And they probably wouldn't have let her do that.
I still, let me dismiss you if that was the plan, but you're never going to disrespect me in front of all of these wild people that I just brought into Dragonstone. See, what did you think about just that portion?
This portion, this has always been Rhaenyra. Rhaenyra, as I said in the first season, Rhaenyra always had the men in her life stick up for her. She didn't have to lift a finger, because the men in her life, her daddy, her uncle, Crispy, everyone else, even her sons to a certain extent, would do the work for her. She just had to be the woman in the room. And now that the men aren't there, we're seeing what I saw since season 1. She's being, she don't know what to do because the men aren't around to protect her. She's always had this protection of men in her life. And now that they're not around, you see what a leader she is and a horrible one she is. Even though she got the match to fit with my girl Bayla. I love the twin. Where have you been? Situation right here. But she's a weak leader. She's a weak leader. She's a weak woman. And it's always been the men in her life to do the work for her. And we're seeing it.
I don't know how you see all of this in Rhaenyra and don't see none of it in Alicent. I just don't understand it. See? I don't. I wish I did. Dom, what did you think about the disrespect? Was it a play? Was it a, go on, Dragon Masters, and get out of there?
It was, first of all, I got a problem with these Dragon Masters and their hypocrisy. Because y'all was fine when I brought the white man down here who is an Andal. His Valyrian blood was thin and thinner, and y'all was like, all right, well, we're gonna rock with this. But when I bring direct descendants, see, because my thing is the Dragon Riders, why do y'all care about who's noble and who's not? These kids got way more old Valyria in them than the bald man y'all had last episode or last time. So I don't understand why y'all piping up now. You should have piped up then when we had old Dusty. And then to make a show of it, you could have said this is an abomination before my guest showed up. We gonna wait. I got a full dining room. My living room is full of people, and you gonna show out then? That's disrespectful. And you're right. I should show you something, but I got people in here that I'm finna go take downstairs to face a dragon, so I don't need them any more tense than they already are. We having this conversation High Valyrian. They get the gist of what's happening. I'm sure they get the feels, but they're not hearing what's going on and not hearing how you talking to me. But let me not show out, because like if I'm gonna have these folks down to face a dragon and all of them about to lose their life except for 2, then I need to not cut somebody's heads off right in front of them right before we go downstairs. That's not good. That's not a good look. And so she literally was about to give this I have a dream speech to these these bastards. I can't do that with blood on my hands. I can't be like, don't pay no attention to him. He was an asshole. I gotta listen to me and be inspired. That wouldn't have worked. And they knew that. That's why they did that in front of everybody.
I'd have had to pull a Damon real quick. I'm sorry. One of them got to go, because don't play with me. Don't play on my top, High Valyrian or otherwise. But here's the thing, right? So then she brings all the bastards. She gets to Vermithor and they have a little bonding moment. And she's like, all right, y'all, it's on y'all. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm not going to give you any Valyrian commands to speak to the dragon. And then I'm going to send the cockeyed man up first. She's low down. She's low down.
She didn't want them to see that she was about to do some foolishness anyway. She didn't care if them people left, because she said, I'm about to do some unorthodox stuff right here. Because somebody got to get picked and chose, and everybody ain't gonna make it. And she knew she didn't want to show out in front of the Dragon Masters. So I think she wanted them to leave.
But why did it change? Because my thing is, they can't be tested one at a time? You got to bring all the bastards into the front of the line and say, all right, I'm leaving. Deuces, I'm going to watch from above. Vermithor is going to do his thing. He's going to choose. Y'all go ahead. And the cockeyed Joe walks up there scared, and you can't walk up to the dragon scared, first of all. Second of all, you can't look Vermithor in his eyes. Like, there's one here, there's one here. It was a violation. It was wrong. I didn't like it. And so then we know the fire ensues. We know Vermithor is chewing boys up. Y'all thought Sea Smoke was bad. Smoke ain't have nothing on Vermithor. Vermithor was ripping boys in half. He was getting the women, children. It did not matter. Okay. Instantly, I'm saying, Hugh, that's your dragon. Hugh, go up there and get your dragon. Hugh, that's your dragon. And so, Raggedy Ulf gets thrown off, and I'm thinking Ulf is gone. I'm like, good, finally. I don't like Ulf. I don't like him. Right. And so he falls, but he rolls around. And I just want to say, and the next slide is going to be Hugh, but Ulf did not deserve a daggum dragon. I'm mad. He got Silverwing. Dom, I'm gonna go with you. You look like you ready to say something. Talk to me about this.
Yeah, because my thing is, this is where I lose all defense for Rhaenyra. I love Rhaenyra, but she did these folks dirty, and not even as far as like valuing human life. I'm not talking about that. Kill them. I mean, they knew what they were signing up for. They knew they might die. I'm not even talking about that part. I'm just saying these dragons have their own personality. These dragons are very distinctive. One is not a one size fits all. And so you just got done telling us that Vermithor is probably the most fierce dragon. So he don't need a timid person coming up. He need somebody who can get up all in his face and be like, hey, cut that out. He need somebody to match his energy. And that's what we've seen with these dragons and their riders. The dragon and riders match energy. And that's why I don't think that's why when Ulf got a dragon, it wasn't, to me, a deserving thing. It was like he was rolling around the mud and he found a dragon that was rolling around in the mud. They was matching energy at that point. And that's why I was tripping about Rhaenyra just throwing all of the people at Vermithor at once. Like, you just opened up a buffet for this man. And how do you know that the person that isn't a match for Vermithor might not be a match for Silverwing? Why wouldn't you start with the smaller dragon? Like, what are you doing? It lacked all efficiency. It lacked all planning. It was just like, here we go. And we're going to see what happens. And I was like, this is House of the Dragon Hunger Games. This was may the odds be ever in your favor. And they were in no one's favor but Hugh and the two people from the books. The two people from the books magically got dragons. It was just, me and Rhaenyra had to fall out on that one.
Oh my goodness. See, read this comment for me and let me know what you thought. Did Ulf deserve a dragon?
And Ulf knew what time it was when he stepped on those eggs. The cave was quiet, and Silver Ring is very docile. Okay, yeah. I don't feel like he deserved the dragon, but at the same time, we don't really know how they make their selections, like they said at the end of the episode. So, maybe that dragon just wants somebody to love, man. He just wants somebody. He needs a fixer-upper, much like, what's his name? Sea Smoke. He like him a little, with some trauma. Maybe Silver Wing like him a little, a little shady. You never
She
know.
wanted to protect him. She wanted to protect him.
So
a little trauma bond never hurt.
She's like, oh, let me help this baby out. Let me clean him up. He's a little dirty. Take him under my wing. That's why they call her Silver Wing. She taking him under her wing. That's what she do. But as far as Rhaenyra go, y'all already know I don't like her. You already know she doesn't think clear. She doesn't have good ideas. She needs other people to tell her what to do. Because this is what happens when you put her in a room and let her think for herself. She put these people in here and let them all die. And I want to say it was stupid of her, but now I'm thinking, was it calculated? Because if she had put them up there at the time, they would have left. They would have said, oh, hell no, and left. So she's like, okay, let me not tell them that, too much. Let them go in there and die, and whoever survives, survives. She is a bloodthirsty leader who isn't that smart. She's not fit to be queen. We're seeing it when there's not a man in the room. She doesn't know what to do. Get this woman out of here. Where's Internet?
Rhaenyra said we getting the dragon by any means necessary. Mm-hmm. So I don't care how many people got to die, but we getting this dragon today.
Okay, read this comment for me and let me know what you think. Did Ulf deserve a dragon, and did Rhaenyra do this intentionally?
Yes, yeah. Big Verm said we having barbecue bastards on this good Sunday evening. Yes, he cooked his food before he ate them. He said, "I'm gonna flame you up, and I'm gonna go ahead and take this bite of you." Absolutely. And Rhaenyra ain't even she wasn't even telling people bob and weave or nothing. Like she could have said, "There he go, right." Wait, he right there. Go behind the rock. Go by. She was literally looking like, which one? You don't like that one? Nope. You don't like that one? Not that one. What about that guy over? Oh, wait, nope, not him. Like she was just watching.
Lord have mercy. I guess it just goes to show that the bastards in her mind were expendable, because who would take that type of risk normally, right? With Sir Stefan, it was him and a couple dragon masters. They were right there. But for the most part, Sea Smoke didn't do this damage. Oh, I'm sorry. The wrong thing is up there. That was from last week. Don't disregard the note on the screen. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. But here we see you and his dragon, y'all. And why did I shed a tear? I was like, this was kind of, after all this, Hugh laid down his life for his sister cousin, somebody, right? We don't know. He said, stop. Because, of course, Rhaenyra didn't teach them no High Valyrian. They knew none of the words. And he says, stop, don't take her, take me. Because he's ready to go. His daughter done passed away earlier in the episode because, he couldn't provide. He felt like this was his last ditch effort to be able to take care of his wife and live and survive. And so now when Vermithor bows his head, and honestly, I just loved the way this scene looked, right? Because you see how gargantuan these dragons were in comparison to the rider, and the fact that he's willing to submit to Hugh in this moment after we see him just have wreaked complete havoc throughout this whole keep down there. Kay, I'm going to start with you. What did this moment do for you? Did it touch you like it touched me? It made a G shed a little tear. I did.
Yeah, somebody said Jaehaerys was rolling over in his grave. Because his daughter that he didn't want to claim, now her son has his dragon.
That's about right.
So I'm proud of Hugh. In this moment, he was the right one. Vermithor knew. Now he didn't have to kill all the people to get to him. He could have just sniffed him out amongst the crowd. But we have to show out with the theatrics. But he needed that, especially how Jaehaerys treated his mom. Oh yes, sir, I'm getting your dragon for the strife that you have caused my family. This is mine now. Go, Hugh. Burn it all.
This man has sacrificed his daughter, he didn't listen to his wife and his daughter died because of it, and it's all his fault.
Right.
Does that mean?
I don't know what that is.
This is ghosting.
Okay. There we go. I was hearing it too. I said, "Is paper crunching?"
Yeah, I was like, it's a ghost in the machine. But Hugh is once again, this episode was very beautifully shot, and this scene and the people who made Game of Thrones learned from the other episodes because when we watched Game of Thrones and we had the Battle of Winterfell and we couldn't see and they blamed it on my TV, I paid too much for my TV for you to blame your dark episode on my TV. I was offended. But this was a very dark episode. It was in this cave, but they magically found a way to light it properly. And it was beautifully shot. I knew where everything was. And seeing Vermithor face Hugh and him open his mouth and seeing like the ember or the fire in his throat, like he was about to flame you. And it's like, oh, and that's the thing, and that's what I was saying about Rhaenyra before, is about these dragons have personality. And so I think in the beginning when they were all on the platform, Vermithor would have ate him. It wasn't until he puffed his chest out and was like, I'm just as mad and fierce as you are. It was like, oh, I see you, brother. Okay, yeah, I'll let you ride me. But because he showed his personality and he showed his character. And that's what Vermithor sensed. I don't think he would have sensed that when everybody was running and ducking and he was hiding under that rock. I don't think he would have sensed it until he stood up and pushed his chest out. And that's what I feel like Rhaenyra was missing, is like these, you gotta match these people. You gotta go on match.com and you gotta make sure all of their check marks line up. You can't just throw them out into the pool like that. But no, this was a great moment.
It really was. C.
This scene in particular is giving me Little Shop of Horror. Feed me, Seymour. Does this kind of look like a little bit? But Hugh ain't worth a damn. I'm gonna tell you why. Because he could have let his wife leave the city last month, and the daughter would have been alive. But he was still playing games, and now he got the nerve to be the one to leave the city after she was begging and pleading to go. And now she don't even got her daughter to spend the time with. Now the daughter dead. And now you going to be the one to leave when you didn't even want to leave when I wanted to leave. I would have been pissed. I would have been pissed as hell if I was his wife. So yeah, he ain't worth a damn, but he got a dragon now. So I guess it's all.
Well, see, for real though, I think the daughter was on the way out. I think she was gonna go either way. I don't think it was that. I'm not gonna blame Hugh for that one. And Kay, you already talked about Hugh and Vermithor, right? Okay. Y'all, I don't know how I skipped this. I'm sorry. But we're gonna go before we close this out because good hand, but a sorry a fava. I didn't like Sea Smoke. He's on, or not Sea Smoke. Sea Snake is on my ish list. I ain't like none of this. I didn't like the callousness. I didn't like the well done. After I don't know you. Come and have a conversation with me. Talk. I don't like that I still have to hide who my daddy is. I don't like I barely knew your mama. What was your mama's last name? I know she was a shipwright, but huh? So you got the blood? I'm sorry, but you had 2 kids with this woman? Like he was a diabolical cad is what it gave. You know what I mean? And I didn't like it. And he's not making up for it. That's my issue. You're not even making an effort, Sea Snake, Corliss, Valerian. I'm going to start with you, C, because you're nodding in agreement. Yeah, talk to me.
I think Corliss believes himself to be a righteous man, or like a man of morals, and having these illegitimate son doesn't match. It's kind of like cognitive dissonance. So it's like he doesn't want to accept that he did this, so he's still trying to push it under the rug, still kind of sort of. And when everyone came to the council, said, "Oh, there's a dragon rider, and he's part of your crew." Corliss, you see that man's face? He knew it was one of his sons. He just knew it. And he was like, "Dang, how am I about to sweep this under the rug?" He was thinking. I know he was sweating in them blue suits. But yeah, he's not a good dad, and like I said before, it makes me not like him as a character because it's like, how you gonna treat your sons like that? Your son's looking just like you, looking just like father and son. You can't. How you gonna deny them kids looking just like you?
I hated it. I hated it. No affection, no son. I'm sorry I wasn't in your life. Like we ain't even get like I was thinking, remember Fresh Prince of Bel-Air when Will's daddy came, Ben Vereen and left and Uncle Phil had to come in. Why did he want me, man? Why did he want me, man? That's what I felt in this. Like, why did he want me? Kay, talk to me about C Snake and his kids.
What? Rainy's is gone, Corliss, okay? And before she left, because I think she knew that she knew what she was going to do, and she didn't want him to be alone. She said, do the right thing by them. I see them. I know who they are. She's not there anymore. Why are we still fronting? Why are we still pretending at this point? Go ahead and bring the boys in and do what needs to be done, okay? But there's no need to act like you are above everybody. Everybody else been spreading their wild dragon seeds everywhere. Okay, you ain't no different. They ain't gonna look at you no different. Okay, just go ahead. They are actually more useful than most people. Let's enlist them. They can be a nice asset to the family and to the cause. But he want to act like he ain't been smashing and dashing. It's too late, Corliss. Just stop pretending. We see you.
And the fact that Adam saved face with Rhaenyra, right? Asking like, well, who's your father? Well, my mom was just, she was just my mom. I don't know too much about my dad. Dom, what did you think about this interaction?
Y'all got to get up off a boy because well, let me say at first I did not like this black man being a bad father. I was like, I didn't need to put that in the show. But at the same time, one, this isn't modern day, so the idea of being a good father to bastards is odd. It's not a standard to how to treat your bastards, like, because they are bastards, and you got a range. Like Jon Snow was treated relatively well, but he was still very much a bastard.
What about Ramsay?
Because you know what? That's why I said it's a range. It's a range.
Lord Bolton was like, "You're my son now."
And but let's also be clear, because y'all keep evoking Rhaenys's name like she's told him to do a whole bunch of stuff. Rhaenys told him to treat them boys as they deserve. She didn't say make them legitimate. She didn't say bring them in the house. She said because he was actively, before this man, this was like his best sailor, and he was keeping them from promoting him. Because he was a bastard, he wasn't elevating him. And she was like, look, he saved your life. He's a good ship person. You need to put him where he deserves. He should be exalted, not hidden. And so he stopped that. As soon as she said that, he stopped that. He running stuff now. He going on personal errands now. He his first mate. He promoted him to first mate. So let's not keep invoking Rhaenys's words, because he did what she asked. It's at least by the oldest boy. I don't know what the dreadhead doing. I don't know. But at the same time, when he was talking to Adam, you got to see this man's face. Look at this man's face. He doesn't have a superiority complex. He's not above it all. This man is guilty. This man is guilty because he hasn't done right this far, and he didn't do it then. One, because it's difficult. Men don't share their emotions, especially the sea snake. He's not finna be all bawling and crying and hugging. But at the same time, it seems a little opportunist. If you're looking at it from the sea snake's perspective, now that you're riding the dragon and you in the big house, if I come and try to be a father to you now,
he was in the field, dog.
Yeah,
and now he's in the big house.
Yeah, you're not in the field anymore. You in the big house with the white folks. And so now if I come and try to be a father to you now, it seems opportunistic. You see what I'm saying? It seems like I'm trying to save face. And so it's a little guilt and conflicted feelings. You got to let him sort out them feelings. Yeah, so that's all. That's all it is. And he going to get there. And it's probably going to be too late because it's a TV show, but he going to get there. at that. Just let my man cook. Let him process his emotions, man. His stuff is happening fast for my man. His wife just died. His son riding the dragon. It's a lot going on for this man. He just became hand. He got a promotion he didn't want. It's a lot going on with my man. Just let him ease into it.
That's how I feel, Candace Marie Creation. She says, F his feelings.
Mhm.
That's how I feel. It's not about his feelings when you have all these daggum kids roaming around. And all of these Valyrians, Targaryens spreading their little seeds all across King's Landing and the Seven Kingdoms. It's gross, Dom. It's
But also,
gross.
It's gross by our standards, sure. And it's a little gross by their standards. But
Even
at the same
worse
time,
by their standards. Medieval coochie, Dom, was treacherous.
It's crazy. It's a dragon bite. It's a dragon bite. But let's listen to the brothers in their quiet moments, right? The brothers themselves aren't necessarily looking for a dad.
They grown now. That's why they wanted when they was kids. How long this man got to cook? This oldest son, damn near 40 years old.
look, all Adam asked for was what's mine. I just want what's mine as his son. I don't really need Pops to be around and throw the snakeskin football with me. I just want what's mine. And now he and Adam and what's the bald-headed brother name?
Alan.
Alan.
Adam and Alan. Mm-hmm.
No, these A names. Stop all of that. If you in Game of Thrones or you in real life, stop doing that to your kids because you're confusing us. When you got two kids that's close in age, give them Mary Kate and Ashley names. Don't do T and Tamara. Give them Mary Kate and Ashley so I can pronounce it right. It's already confusing because they damn near twins. Stop that.
At least it wasn't Eric and Eric.
Yeah, that was the worst. Arik and Eric. Yeah, stop that. All of y'all.
Okay. Let's say, do you already talked about these people, didn't you? Okay, yeah. But the bathing rituals, I mean, the bathing was suspect. So the fact that they were smashing and grabbing all kinds of rotten cootenanny back then, just it's diabolical, nasty.
Yeah, on
work.
the high seas too.
Right.
I know. They mama had to be fine because
y'all remember when Theon got with that girl on the boat? That was really trifling. And this was 100, 200 years before that. Yikes. So I'm just going to give it up for Aemond right here. Aemond looks like a true king here. He looks fine. He got his stolen sword, his stolen dagger. You know what I mean? He looks like he's ready to, make haste. Okay. As they would say in the old Westerns, but then says, never mind. Vagar, let's turn it around with your holy wings. At this point, I don't even know how Vagar can fly with the amount of holes that they have in their wings. It disturbs me every single time. Again, y'all, I like Aemond, but he wasn't ready for this battle. This tickled me to the 10th degree. I laughed out loud when he got on Vagar and then saw because Ulf riding around like an idiot, first of all, in King's Landing. Ulf, why are you there freewheeling, right? It was like he was popping wheelies on Silverwing. I was like, what are you doing? But apparently it was all the plan. You guys, talk to me about this moment, what you thought about Ulf and what you thought about Aemond. Kay, I'm going to start with you.
Ulf act like they ain't at war right now, and him and Silverwing just going for a joyride. I don't know how useful either one of them are going to be to the cause because they look like they just out here wanting to go for joyrides and have fun. They might not be down for the battle stuff. He might just fly away at this point. They're not here for the shenanigans. And Aemond, you gotta be you made some smart moves. But when them whispers start telling you some stuff, you need to listen because Rhaenyra got the dragons, my boy. She got them. I mean, Vagar might be the biggest, but Meemaw is old.
Dom, what did you think of this moment?
I thought this was a great moment because this was planned. Ulf wasn't on a joyride. He just can't ride that well yet. But definitely Rhaenyra sent him to go and make a U-turn so Aemond would come and see. That's what that was. That was me showing you, Aemond, that the tables have turned. It's not what you thought it was.
And they was posted.
They was ready. Ready.
Run it.
And they had to send Ulf because he's the least valuable. And we're just being real because they got scorpions and he could have gotten shot down. He very well could have gotten shot down. And I'm not sending Bayla, I'm not sending the son. I'm not going. So it was either Ulf or Hugh, and Hugh got the second biggest one, so I'm not sending him. So yeah, go make a U-turn, come back, and that's all you got to do. And he didn't get shot down. He did it. And so that was all part of the plan. And they was posted up ready for their photo shoot when he got back. And it was great. And it was great. That's where you pop out and show folks. That was that moment because now Eamon is reconsidering. And he's not going to be smart and he's going to do something. But now they know that the tables have turned, and we ain't even counted Daemon Dragon because they don't know that Daemon ain't coming back. They don't know that we never gonna see Daemon outside of Harrenhal. They don't know that, so they think they got a team of dragons that they can't contend with because there's nobody over there outside of Vhagar that can really mess with this. So it's over with.
Okay, see, what'd you think about your boy Aemond?
I think, man, we gotta start making stuff shake now. God dang it, we gotta start making some plans because they got more dragons now. And honestly, I feel like Ulf was trying to get the hell out of there. I don't even know if they sent him over there. I don't know what he was doing. I felt like maybe he was just trying to learn how to fly, and he just wound up there by mistake. That's what it was looking like because he was struggling, right? And Aemon, I wish he would have just burnt him up right there, right on the scene, because that would have, evened up the numbers. We already know Ulf about to be the first to go. He's the casualty of war. He ain't making it through.
Oh, he's gonna be the last man standing because he's gonna run. He's gonna run.
But I honestly feel like what we gonna do, Team Green? Like we either got to start poisoning these dragons, we got to send them some poison goat meat, or we got to turn them, or he gotta take Vhagar and go take on Daemon one-on-one before the mother dragons get over there. We gotta lessen these numbers somehow. So hopefully he sees it and makes and tries to like single out them one by one because he can't take them on all at once. Which is why he turned his A right back around, did that U-turn right over the water.
Lord have mercy. And then there was Rhaenyra. The world is mine when I wake up. Listen, this was, again, another beautiful scene. These dragons in the background gave me everything I needed. She came out looking like Mother of Dragons. I was like, Dany? I mean, she's even singed like Dany was. Remember when she came out the fire the next day with the smoking, soot all over her face? I said, okay, this is a new Rhaenyra. So maybe in this episode, Alicent's been reborn in the water and Rhaenyra has been reborn in the flames. I'm here for the imagery, the symbolism of it all. But I'm especially here for these dragons. This is the shift that Team Black needed. I'm absolutely here for it. Dom, let me know your thoughts of this moment. What do you think is going on in Rhaenyra's head?
Oh, this was a great moment, but this was also my fear when we started this season, because when we ended last season with Rhaenyra looking into fire, turning around, looking in the camera, and it was go time. And now 7 episodes later, we got her burnt, looking in the camera, thinking it's go time. Let it be go time. Come on, that's all I want from Rhaenyra is let it be go time. Let her be the queen. Let her be the general. Let her run, be making moves and actually fight the war in an effort to win it. She needs to stop playing defense and start playing offense. And that's all I've been waiting for. I didn't want to have to wait all season to get that Rhaenyra, but she got here before the last episode, so I'll take it.
Yeah, we've had a couple false starts with Ray, so I'm hoping that this is the one that we really need. See? Is the world Ray's? Is the world Rhaenyra's?
No, she got a little backup now. She got her homeboys backing her up, so now she want to look tough. That's all that is. I don't like it. I feel like the writers are trying to make her like the new Khaleesi in a way, and this is it's like they're trying to kind of wash away the sins that they did in the eighth season of Game of Thrones by using this character. It's a little weird sometimes because this I can't
washing away sins. Okay, that's what.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. That's what
nobody else washing away sins, but okay.
Nope.
Not the one who got dipped in the river. Take me to the river.
That was a spa day. But no, like Rhaenyra, she got her little crew with her. Good for her. Hopefully, like I said, we're gonna start knocking them dragons off one by one. Hopefully by next episode.
Okay, I like that. Queen of Dragons. Thank you, Swak fan, for the $5 super chat. We appreciate you. Oh, golly gee willikers. Kay, last but not least. What you think? Is the world hers?
I'm gonna vote for Team Black. Just look at her. She was sitting there like Thanos in Endgame, waiting for somebody to run the fade on her. She said, "I'm right here. Come at me, bro. For real, bro. Like, what you gonna do? Like, you got me with Auntie. You got me with my son, but you ain't gonna get me. That was 2 times. That's gonna be the last time. So the next time you pull up, y'all better be ready." Y'all, because we're ready. They ain't even had no training or nothing. The dragons just there. Like, all they got to do is say Dracarys. She's like, that's all we need to say. First of all, you need to tell the bastards to say that part, Rhaenyra, so they know. But
give them the words at least. Give them the words.
but tell them that, and Harris at least teach them 2 things so y'all can. But anyway, but yes, Rhaenyra looking like I ain't never scared. Cue Killer Mike.
Right.
And Bone Crusher. I ain't never scared. Let's go.
Melanin like Gold says she's the aunt dragon, so she's auntie of dragons. All right, I'll take it. Hey, she is with the dragons. She got them at this point. Team Black has the dragons. Y'all know we do it every week, but next week is special because it's the finale and it'll be our last live at House of the Dragon season 2. And I don't know how to feel about it. I'm going to start with you. See what's next. What can we expect in the finale? What are your hopes?
So what's next and what I hope will happen are probably 2 different things. I hope that Aemon takes that Vhagar and burns the heck out of them River Lake folks, wherever they are, wherever Daemon's at. He need to go over there and start hell. He need to burn up all their numbers, because now they got the numbers. They got the army. So we need to snip it in the bud right now. Burn them. And he also need to take on Daemon and that dragon he got over there. He can take him. It's just Daemon and him, that one dragon. He can take him. That needs to be the first move, straight out the gate, episode 8. But that is probably not what's going to happen. So what I think what's going to happen, I think Otto's finally going to show his face, and he's going to come with some plan. We might not see the plan, but we're going to get maybe like a twinkle in his eye. We know some stuff about to happen next season. But they have to even the playing field a little bit in order to get another season out of this. And right now it's very heavily Team Black. So I feel like Otto's going to pop up and he's going to have something in his bag that's going to, make it more even.
Okay, well, so we'll definitely see. I'm still worried about Rhaenyra's kids going to Pentos and that wild dragon. If Rhaena can't get it together. E Starkey says, when are they going to go to High Valyrian school? Maybe they'll have like a learn as you go program, hands-on teaching. Kay, what's next? What do you expect in this finale?
I need to see Big Berm come out and do some things. We see what you can do. Now let's go on over there with Mr. Krispy Kreme and them and do what needs to be done. I need Rhaena to toughen up, and let's go get this wild dragon and come back. And I need her, when she get the dragon, I need her to go and fly on over there to Dragonstone and say, I got it. I got it. Like, we good now. We good now, so I can stop babysitting now. Then I need her to go on over there in Harrenhal and grab her daddy, because his mind going bad. The only thing Daemon is about to be the king of is the Mad King, because at this point he is losing all his sense. Why ain't nobody went to get him yet?
What happened to
Everybody's scared of Daemon anyway.
That man takes forever to get there.
Right. Didn't Rhaenyra send somebody over there?
Well, so
3 months ago.
Yeah, we ain't seen Sir Whoever since then. We also haven't seen Otto in forever. And guys, in this episode, they do allude to an issue that the High Towers are having. They're embroiled in some sort of battle, which is why Darren hasn't come yet, but a dragon has selected him. So that's kind of the update with the High Towers. I'm hoping that Otto is still in the land of the living and making his way back, but it seems like there's some sort of conflict with the Hightowers right now. Dom, last but not least, what's next? What's up for the finale? Is it going to be amazing? And what do you think is going to happen?
It's going to be a great episode. It's going to be disappointing, just because it's Game of Thrones, and because I think that we're gonna go. Sorry, it's gonna be not enough. It's gonna be great. What they give us is gonna be great, but it's not gonna be enough, and because it's not gonna be a 3-hour episode, which is what I would want. But I think we're going to, all roads are going to lead to the Riverlands. I think the next episode is going to be like the battle of the Riverlands or the Harrenhal. We're going because the King's Landing Team Green has the ground troops. They got the numbers with the ground troops, but Team Black got the dragons. And so I think we're going to get to Harrenhal. It's going to be a fight, and we're not going to see Daemon no more. And that's what I think. I think the Stark men might show up. We don't know where these Stark old men been at this whole time. They're supposed to be coming down, and we got them passes through the twins. And then we promised them Harrenhal, so Daemon won't Harrenhal. We got to get him out. And I think Aemon and Daemon gonna have a little fight at Harrenhal, and I don't think Daemon walks away. If Aemon walks away, I'm assuming, because I just think Aemon's too good of a character for him to kill so soon. But I think Daemon's on his way out. I don't think Daemon's walking away.
Yeah, I actually hope Damon ends next episode. I hope we get to see him go. I want to see some dragon fights. At least one super good dragon battle would be amazing. I want to see Rhaenyra walk in her boss B era. Like, I need her to be the queen, that she needs to be, is what I want to see. I mean, we've got some stuff to tie up. I want to see how Hugh changes now that he has this dragon. I'm excited to see if we'll see a change in his character. And like I said before, I want to see Otto. I want to see Otto back. I never thought I would miss him, but the Team Green is at a severe deficit without him, y'all. It's just the facts of life at this point. But y'all, that's it for the review. But everybody, let us know what you guys have going on. I will start with you, Kay. Let the people know what you got going on, friend.
Hey, y'all, and thank y'all for showing up again with us. Thank y'all so much for coming out here with us. Of course, we got one more episode of House of the Dragon next Monday. Tomorrow, my interview with the vampire people. Not only will we be talking about season 1, episode 2, because we went back, spin the block, but we're going to talk about that Vampire Lestat trailer. So y'all come on back for that. Let's see. Friday, I will be hosting a live for coldest horror movie openings. If you love horror movies and you have a favorite horror movie opening scene, come on through. We're going to talk about it. Saturday is a horror panel, and Sunday, Lady in the Lake. So come on over. Oh, and I have a review up for Deadpool and Wolverine, and my trailer reaction to the Vampire Lestat. Just a bunch of stuff. Come on over, nerds. Just come on.
I know that's right. Y'all subscribe, hit the notification bell to all of these beautiful content creators. They're amazing. See what you got going on.
All right. So over on my channel, See the Superior, I just released a Deadpool short, so check that out. I also saw Twister, so I'm going to be releasing a little thing. If that's your bag, if y'all like, the destruction disaster movies, we got one with Twister, so let's talk about it. Also on Wednesday, I'm going to be having a live where we're going to be talking about the first episode of every live action Star Wars show on Disney Plus. We call it one shots. We just talk about the first episode of every one. So join me on Wednesday on my channel. We're talking about it. All right, bet. See you there. No, see you there. And I got just about 2 weeks away from our discussion of the next book that we're reading, which is The Washingtonian by Jessica Cutler. So check that out and join us on August 9th on my channel to discuss that. But yeah, that's it. Thanks, Ashley, for hosting.
Absolutely. And Dom, what does Screen Static Studios have going on, sir?
Man, this week is packed with movies. We got the M. Night Shyamalan movie coming out this week. Trap. So I'm gonna be doing a review of that on Thursday. We got Hail in the Purple Crayon for the family movie, so I'm gonna be talking about that. It's a small movie. It's a smaller movie called All My Friends Are Dead. It's a small little indie movie that I'm gonna be reviewing too. And the Apple movie Sing Sing is getting a wide release, so I'll be reviewing and putting a video up about that too. So a lot of movies this week, so come on over. We talking about all this stuff, and we got some TV stuff going on too. And it's a good movie week over at Screen Static.
All right, guys, subscribe, hit the notification bell, do all of the things. We appreciate you so much for being here. I think we had like 60 some people in here tonight again, and y'all know what that does for us. It makes it all the better to talk about this. Y'all, my recap of the actual episode will be up, honey. It'll be up before midnight, y'all. I was delayed on today, but we appreciate y'all being here. We appreciate you being so active, and the super chats, y'all. Thank you. It means so much to us. We wouldn't do this or couldn't do this without you guys. So we appreciate you, and thank y'all for being here. Have the most amazing night, and we will see you back next Monday for the finale.
I just took a DNA test, turns out I'm 100% that even when I'm crying crazy. Yeah, I got boy problems, that's the human in me. Bling bling, then I solve them, that's the goddess in me.